Am I the asshole? For not paying for my friend's broken glass door? I have always had a debilitating fear of bees, wasps and any kind of bug that can bite or sting. I don't know where it comes from, and I recognize it is unhealthy, has made me lose a lot of time outdoors in the hotter months. My friends all know about this fear and just how bad it is, and it is often a point of joking for them. I don't mind, as we often roast each other and it's all in good fun. Recently, however, 3 of them decided to take it upon themselves to deal with this fear once and for all. We live in the country, so there's always fields of bugs and such flying and crawling around all over the place. One afternoon they collected nearly a dozen bees and wasps from outside and trapped them all in my friend's screened-in porch connected to his house. After luring me inside this porch with promises that we'd be having a chill afternoon of drinks and board games, they ran back inside and locked me in the porch with all these stinging creepy crappies flying all over the damn place. Immediately realizing my peril, I yelled to let me in the house. They all first laughed as they thought it was funny, but as I felt my heart start to race and realized a panic attack was coming on, I screamed to let me out or I'd break the sliding glass door. Not believing me, they said the bees were not a big deal and I would see once I got stung that it was not a reasonable fear to have. I am a medicated individual due to work-related anxiety, and have had anxiety attacks in the past where I've had to go to the ER, so I took this very seriously. I gave them one more chance to let me in before I'd break the door, and when I saw a paper wasp buzzing right in my face, I grabbed one of the porch chairs and smashed the glass door. I ran inside and locked myself in the bathroom, hyperventilating and not sure if I was gonna be able to calm myself down. After about 20 minutes of sitting in there and my friends complaining about the door, I got in my car and drove home. The next day I get a Venmo request for $400 to replace the glass on the door. I explained that I got trapped in a situation against my will where they knew I had an irrational fear of bugs and that I did not feel responsible for the door as I gave them multiple attempts to let me in. 2 days later and now the main friend is saying he won't be inviting me to anything until the $400 is paid, and is threatening to take me to small claims court. I didn't ask for any of this and feel like my mental health issue was weaponized against me. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. These are not your friends, don't see them again. And tell the guy that if he tries to sue you in small claims court you will countersue him for emotional trauma and ask how he thinks he'll come off in court. Not the asshole. They literally had you locked in against your will and in a hazardous situation that they had intentionally prepared. You can literally file a police report against them. Not the asshole. Don't worry about not being invited over. You don't want to go. These people are beyond assholes, they're fucking monsters. These are not friends. These are not good people. These are people who you used to know. Cut ties, move on. Give them all massive middle fingers every time you see them in public. To weaponize your anxiety because they thought it was a good idea, to terrorize you for any reason, just know. The bill for the door is a light penalty for what they did. They also didn't take into account that if you had been stung that you may have had an adverse reaction, so if anything they were putting you in danger. Not the asshole guy, I'm so sorry they did this to you. I would not pay and I would not ever hang out with them again. They are not your friends and they put your health at risk. Having a panic attack BC they brought it on is no joke. Please ditch them as soon as possible. Not the asshole, file a police report. What they did is illegal confinement and put you in danger. Find better friends. God no, not the asshole. That was a nasty thing to do and they should have stopped long before you picked up the chair. They shouldn't have done it at all. If they take you to court, countersue for emotional damages or whatever it is called legally. I am totally absolutely petrified of spiders. An ex-friend years ago decided to try to cure me by bringing me face to face with a huge one. I'm in Australia so we have huge ones. I freaked so much when he wouldn't let me go, I actually ended up giving him a blood nose and multiple bruises, including a bruised diaphragm from my elbows. Not the asshole. Countersue for all that said unlawful detention against your will, trauma, etc. Make it a matter of public record. It will affect their jobs and future careers. They deserve it. And more. This is bullying. Use the might of the law against them. Not the asshole. Let him take you to small claims. He will get to explain to a judge, on the record, how he forcibly confined you against your will. That's probably a prosecutable offense. You might even be able to file a countersuit for pain and suffering. Not the asshole. Dump these. Don't do this. Not the asshole. Those are not friends. You have an affirmative defense in court, so they will not prevail. No, you're definitely not the asshole and they are not your friends. I would tell them to go ahead and sue you for the money. I can't see any judge making you pay once you explain what they did to you. Not the asshole. And I'd look into filing a police report on these cretins. And then find new, real friends, because these awful people aren't. Don't just threaten to sue, also tell them you will file a police report. Locking you in the room, in most states, is considered kidnapping. This is your wake-up call that those people are not your friends. Not the asshole. They deliberately locked you in a confined space with stinging insects. Don't pay them anything. You may want to make inquiries at the police station regarding having them charged for unlawful confinement. Not the asshole. You need a new friends. Not the asshole. You should have called the police and reported them after, so you had a paper trail. Pretty sure that is kidnapping or false imprisonment or something. Per your comments, they purposely trapped you in the enclosed porch and the only exit entrance was the patio sliding door. Even if the bees were not there, if someone traps you somewhere against your will illegally, then you are allowed to damage stuff to escape. It might not be too late to make a police report, but at least keep text records or any evidence of them trapping you in the enclosed porch. It's just a prank, bro. The prank. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Hopefully you mean ex-friends. If they harass you for payment, tell them they're free to explain to the cops how you got locked in a room with things that literally send you into panic attacks. Sue them for false imprisonment and kidnap. Info: was there no other door out of the porch? Usually screened porches have a door to the outside. Not the asshole. Make it clear that your friendship with these people is over. Let that guy try to sue you and explain to a judge what really happened. Not the asshole. The door was locked. Not the asshole. I would be pressing charges and suing for emotional distress. Your friends are evil. Not the asshole. Countersue for kidnapping and trauma. What they did to you is likely illegal, and no matter what way they explain their side to a court, if they tried, would throw themselves under the bus hard. Fuck them. That was an awful bit of bullying you went through and they deserve to eat the cost. Not the asshole. LOL, you are so not the asshole. They trap you in a literal torture room for a little exposure therapy, laugh at your misery and refuse to let you back in, and then expect you to pay for the glass door you broke to get out of the traumatic situation they put you in. Some friends of yours. Not the asshole. And I'd like to see that case in front of Judge Judy. She'd rip him a new one. Tell him that you're thinking about going to the police and filing charges. Unlawful imprisonment comes to mind. Not the asshole, and you need new friends. Not the asshole. I get you. I have a huge fear of insects and arachnids in general. To the point I can't sleep if there is one fly mosquito act in my apartment. I know it's silly, but that does not change it. They sue you, countersue for mental and emotional traumas as well as potential bodily harm. I've been stung twice, both times hurt like hell and made my hand seize up for a while. They wanted you stung. You may want to change the title of your post. Don't believe he's your friend any longer. Not the asshole.